What's up, folks? This is Josh back here from Inside Wrestling Truth. Tonight we're going to be reviewing the first WrestleMania. I've reviewed SummerSlams, Survivor Series. I just did like 11 Royal Rumble reviews. But we're going to be reviewing a few of the WrestleManias up until WrestleMania. Not a whole lot of them. I'll probably get out like 6 or 7 maybe. But tonight, like I said, we're going to be reviewing the first ever WrestleMania. WrestleMania 1 was really the event that started it all. It's really the one that make or break for the WWF at the time and Vince McMahon. But let's get right on into this review. It's March 31st, 1985. It's the first WrestleMania. We're at Madison Square Garden. They'd never seen a wrestling event like this ever. I mean, there had been, Starcades and stuff like that, but this was the not one ever this big. We open up with Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse the Body Ventura. This is during this event. They didn't have like the crazy storylines. It was mainly just wrestling. Compared to what we see in the later years and what we see now, it was very, very low budget, may I say. We open up the show. We have Howard Finkel in the ring, and he introduces Mean Gene Okerlund to sing the national anthem. This was interesting, just to hear Mean Gene sing. But it is what it is. Not very good, but like I said, it is what it is. It's a fucking national anthem. Alright. We go back to Mean Gene. These are interviews that took place during the day. In the first one, Mean Gene interviews Tito Santana. Tito Santana's just coming off his loss to Greg the Hammer Valentine, where he lost his Intercontinental title. And he talks about getting ready for his match against the Executioner. The Executioner, I'm not real sure who this guy was, but his promo was absolutely horrible. He stuttered like he had lost track of thought when he was doing this promo. It's a good thing he had a mask on and he didn't have much to say anyway. So I'm not real sure who this guy was. Maybe some of y'all can let me know who the Executioner was. But his promo was terrible. We go to the ring. We have Tito Santana versus the Executioner. This was an okay match. It's not one that I would have had open up the show with. Tito Santana would win off a figure 4. Pretty much the taunt Greg Valentine, I do believe, at this time. I give it 2.5 stars. I do not know the whole story behind all this. I was only 2 years old when this WrestleMania came out, so bear with me. But I gave it 2.5 stars. It wasn't the best match, but it was a solid wrestling match. It was a solid wrestling match. And in between every match, they would have Lord Alfred Hayes in his 1985 pimp suit, kind of like telling us everything that's going on. But he would be in the curtain. You could see the ring and the wrestlers would walk by type deal. We have more interviews. Mean Gene Okerlund interviews Special Delivery Jones, and then he interviews Jimmy Hart and King Kong Bundy. King Kong Bundy, he gave us some kind of promo. I don't know, but we had Special Delivery Jones versus King Kong Bundy. I'm not knocking either one of these guys. I never really was a huge fan of King Kong Bundy, and by the time I got into the wrestling scene, ST Jones wasn't even around anymore. But I couldn't even rate this match because it was only 9 seconds long. You know, we had an avalanche and then a big splash and it was over. You know, I know some people like King Kong Bundy, but me personally, he never really did anything for me, man. Like, you know, he had the avalanche and a big splash and a power slam, and that was about it from what I saw. Not a big fan of his. I couldn't even rate this match. We go back to Mean Gene again. Mean Gene was a busy man on this night. I mean, he interviewed everybody, sung the national anthem and everything. We have Mean Gene interviews Matt Bourne. This was years and years before he was Doink the Clown. But he interviews Matt Bourne, and he interviews Ricky Steamboat. This was before Ricky Steamboat was the Dragon, of course. I like Matt Bourne's promo. Ricky Steamboat's promo, on the other hand, was kind of, I guess, green, you could say. He needed, you know, it was like a adult table. It needed some polish on it. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't really good. But Matt Bourne, Ricky Steamboat had a pretty good match, I thought. They would go back and forth. It was a technical match, pretty much. High flying match from Steamboat. Steamboat would pick up the win on a flying body press. He would pick up the win. I gave it 3 stars out of 5. Decent match. Then we have David and Bruno Sammartino. They do a promo. And then we have Johnny Valiant and Brutus Beefcake. This is before Beefcake was the barber. Then we go to the ring. We have Brutus Beefcake versus David Sammartino. This wasn't a bad match. This was actually a longer match. I've heard a lot of people bash this David Sammartino guy. You know, but I didn't think from the match I seen, I thought he was pretty decent. I give it 3 stars out of 5. I mean, he's not going to be his daddy. His daddy's one of the greatest wrestlers to ever put on wrestling boots. But like from what I seen, he was okay. I thought that's what I thought. But this match would go on. We would see David Sammartino on the outside. He would get power slammed by Johnny Valiant, and then Bruno Sammartino would come over and beat up Johnny Valiant. All hell would break loose. Everybody would be in the ring. They would just be beating the shit out of each other. You know, it was like a family affair. We had this David and Bruno Sammartino fighting Brutus Beefcake and Johnny Valiant. This match was ruled a draw, double disqualification. I'm pretty sure they just put David Sammartino in this match to draw because his daddy Bruno Sammartino will be there. Anybody knows the history of Bruno Sammartino, Madison Square Garden was like his second home. So that was a plus. When they came out, they got a huge pop. Then we go to the Intercontinental title match promos. We had seen up to this time, I did some research. Greg Valentine had some pretty strong promos on JYD. I'm not going to go into that. You'll know what I'm talking about, all you old school wrestling fans. But we had a Greg Valentine promo. We had a JYD promo. Greg Valentine and JYD had a really solid match. Really good match, actually. I gave it 3.5 stars. Valentine would get the win. At first, he got the win. He had his legs on the ropes for the 1, 2, 3. He thought he won. He's leaving, and here comes Tito Santana in street clothes. He looked like a regular fan. I couldn't even tell it was him because at this time he had short hair. But he comes in the ring. He's like, "Look, referee." You know, Greg Valentine had his legs on the ropes. JYD's like, "Yeah, man, he had his legs on the ropes," type deal. The referee reverses the decision. He's like, "You got 10 seconds to get in here." They ring the bell. They count out Valentine. JYD picks up the win, but Valentine gets to hold the title, keep the title. Valentine's irate, and this just continues the feud between Tito Santana and Greg the Hammer Valentine. Then we have our tag team titles at the. Okay, we have. First, we go to promos. We have Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik with Classy Freddie Blassie in the back, talking about how they're going to become the new tag team champions. And then we go to the other locker room and we have Lou Albano, Mike Rotundo, and Barry Windham's promo. They are the WWF Tag Team Champions. Then we go to the ring for action. We have Volkov, like I said, Volkov and Sheik, the challengers, versus Windham and Rotunda, the champions. This match was pretty good also. Gave it 3 stars out of 5. Very classic match. They would go back and forth. You know, Windham was getting double teamed, and Rotundo was, you know, he wouldn't get out of the ring. So Iron Sheik took Freddie Blassie's cane and broke it over Barry Windham's back of his head. And then Volkov would hit him with the pin. 1, 2, 3. We got new tag team champions. Classic heel move, classic heel stuff. I really enjoyed it. Right after that, we would go to an interview backstage. Me and Gene would catch up with Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov, and Classy Freddie Blassie. First thing he asked Freddie Blassie was, "Look, dude, where's your cane?" And Freddie Blassie's like, "What cane? I don't use a cane." Good heel stuff. You gotta like it. I loved it. Freddie Blassie, one of the greatest wrestling minds, wrestling managers of all time. Then we got 2 matches left. We have, first off, Mean Gene interviews Big John Studd and Bobby Heenan. This is the $15,000 match versus Andre the Giant's career body slam match. We have Big John Studd versus Andre the Giant. You know, you have Big John Studd and Andre the Giant in there, you're not going to have like an awesome match. You're not going to have like a technically sound, you know, knock them down Ring of Honor type style match. It was big. They were sloppy. You know, Andre the Giant picked up the win. It had some kind of entertainment value. I'm sure at that time, I only gave it 2.5 stars. I'm sure going in, like if you were a wrestling fan in 1985, you really wanted to see this match because you thought to yourself, you know, is this going to be Andre the Giant's last match? Everybody wanted to see it, from what I hear. But I gave it 2.5 stars. Andre the Giant will pick up the win. Then we get ready for the main event. The main event's about to pop off. We already have Pat Patterson, the special referee, in the ring. We have Billy Martin come out. He's the special ring announcer. We have Liberace. He comes out. Muhammad Ali is the other referee. And then we have the main event. No promos, none of that. We get straight to the main event. We have Rowdy Piper and Mr. Wonderful with Cowboy Ace Bob Orton in their corner. First, Hulk Hogan, Mr. T, and Superfly Jimmy Snuka in their corner. You know, the build up to this match was so great. You know, Rowdy Piper, you know, really doesn't ever get enough credit, in my opinion, to, you know, how much he helped create Hulkamania, being the heel. And the same goes for Hogan. Hogan, you know, brought the best out in Rowdy Piper because Hogan was a super great good guy and Piper was a super heel. You know, if you remember the build up to this match, you know, Piper took Cyndi Lauper's record and smashed it over Lou Albano's head. I think he kicked Cyndi Lauper and chased Dick Clark down the aisle, something of that nature. But I thought this was a really good put together match. I mean, I thought it was put together really, really well. You know, they would go back and forth, non-stop action. We would see Muhammad Ali get involved. He actually cracked Rowdy Piper. We've seen all kinds of good stuff. But Hogan will pick up the win. Just a really good put together match, and I think these guys Piper and Hogan. This was the match. These were the guys that made the draw for WrestleMania to be what it is today. Like I said at the beginning, this was a make and break type deal for the WWF, and I really felt that these two guys, they really brought the best out in each other, and they really defined the good guy versus the bad guy, if that makes sense. Like I said, I gave this match 4 stars out of 5. After this match, we would see Paul Orndorff get up as he had hit his head on the back of the match like he had Alzheimer's or something. He didn't know what was going on. And I do believe right after this, he turned face for a little bit. I could be wrong. But that's WrestleMania 1. Out of the 10-star rate, I give it 8.5 out of 10. Had a lot of good stuff on it, a lot of good matches, a lot of great moments from WrestleMania history. And I know newer fans, a lot of them knock this event because it's not like all glitter and gold and big lights, but it's a true wrestling show. Like I said, if it wasn't for events like this, the WWF wouldn't be where it's at today. And I think people ought to go back and do their homework on Hulk Hogan and Piper's feud. But hey, like I said, I'm going to be doing a few of these. This is my first one from WrestleMania 1, Madison Square Garden. Like I said, I give it 8.5 stars out of 10. I'll see you next week for WrestleMania 2. So until then, get your money and pay your bills. Peace.